I'm going to give you some honest reviews about the real estate projects going on in Dwarka Expressway. I went there as a consumer and an investor to just check out what the hype was all about. The first place I visited was the Omaxe Sports City, which is actually not on Dwarka Expressway, it's in Dwarka, which is a major deterrent, a con. In the sense it's outside of Dwarka Expressway, you have to go about 10-15 minutes into Dwarka to get to it. It's a 50-acre project spread across. It has got everything supposedly coming up. A big sports stadium. It's called Sports City, so it has gaming zones. It has a golf course. It has a clubhouse and all kinds of shopping and food as well. It's a great concept. Even if they get 70% of it right, it's okay. But there are a lot of problems with it. The whole project is actually, if you were to buy it, it's virtual spaces, unless you're spending a lot of money and buying a big shop, which is in the 50 to 100 crore range. You are a virtual buyer. So for a 50 square feet plot, you have to pay 37 lakhs. That's insane. And for that, you get 18,000 rupees a month as a rental income, which is only guaranteed for 7 years, no more than that. So in the end, it's a very losing proposition. It's a virtual property. I don't know how they are selling it. There were a lot of people there. The project looks great. And there's a golf course in that city. It is right next to a big drain, which stinks. So I don't know how that's going to work out. And if I'm living in Gurgaon, somewhere on the golf course road in Nirvana country where I am, for me to drive down to Dwarka to play golf, it's not going to work. It's a 4-hour exercise just to play the 18 rounds, plus to go there, maybe sit down, have a cup of coffee after or a beer. You can't spend almost 7 hours of a day just to play a round of golf. And to get there is not an easy task, and especially when this thing opens up, because there is other places that are coming up next to it. There's going to be huge amount of traffic there. In my mind, those are some deterrents, but the biggest deterrent for me was the virtual spaces they were selling. A 50 square foot does not warrant 37 lakhs. That is just an insane amount of money to pay for something you don't actually own. They just give you a little piece of whatever in a hall or in a gaming zone or something like that. I don't know how that works out, and I don't even know how people are buying it, honestly speaking. It just does not make sense. Because as an investor, that is not something. If I were to put that 37 lakhs in a mutual fund, I would get a much better return overall. And it would grow, actually. This value proposition, it just doesn't jive. The guy who sold it to Omaxe as a project, I think he's a great salesman. Somebody should hire him. Because to be able to buy a virtual land, and we've seen this happen on the internet, people went berserk and bought a lot of money, put a lot of money into these virtual land properties or whatever. I don't know how you justify spending that much money to buy a virtual piece of land. And the project itself is flawed. It's in a very bad location. Dwarka is not what excites people. Honestly speaking, Dwarka is a forgotten part of Delhi. It's a bedroom community where working class people live, go to work every day. It's a stable community, but it is not a wow community. So if you're opening this somewhere near the golf course road in Gurgaon, like right near Tata Primanta, there is one place, you would probably get a lot more action and a lot more people coming in. But nobody's going to go play golf in Dwarka. I can guarantee you that. And it's about 6 years away. So money is only guaranteed for 7 years. And that golf course is right next to a drain. I don't even know how they'll cover it up so the smell doesn't come while you're playing golf. So in my opinion, be very careful when you're buying into this Omaxe Smart City. It is not a value proposition for a faint-hearted person. Be careful.